Didn't realize that that had never happened for Manny. What a perfect time for it. It was certainly a mislocation, as you can see there by Rodriguez. They wanted a fastball away. Instead, it's Manny, getting a fastball middle in. He was sitting on the fastball, and he absolutely crushed that ball.
When you got a good hitter like that, you miss your location, you see what happened. I just told Jerry, I said, you're walking Big Papi to pitch to Manny. I don't know, I'd rather take my chance with Lowell or anyone else, but not with Manny right now.
You'd walk the bases low, You'd walk the extra guy. Here's the at-bat as they go after Manny. The 1-0 pitch is just crushed up onto Lansdowne Street. And Mike Lowell on deck. How many times did we say last year when Big Papi was doing all those walk-off heroics that he probably wouldn't get to do half of that if number 24 wasn't in the on-deck circle? This time number 24 gets to be the hero.
Tom, we talked about this in the pregame show the last couple of times that we've been together, how Manny has, kind of worked his way back into the lineup, going from base hits to right field to turning on balls. And you can see there's always a game plan with Ramirez. When he first got back into the lineup, it was base hits to right field, then it was up the middle, and now with the game on the line, you can see that clearly he was looking for a fastball middle in. They made a mistake on him, and he was able to drive that ball out of the ballpark for the home run for the Red Sox to win the game. Now, my question is, with this whole thing is, why did Spire start this inning? Papelbon had already gone his innings. He was not going to come back out. He's got K-Rod in the bullpen to start the ninth with nobody on base. Instead, he brings him in with a man on base, and then you have this problem where you have to face Ramirez after intentionally walking.
What are you saving K-Rod for?
What are you saving him for? Because my point is, you're not going to bring Papelbon back out. Your closer's out of the game. So you come in and try to shut the Red Sox down, and you leave it up to the other guys.
And Julio Lugo starts the inning off with the base hit to get to this point, and he does it off Spire.
I mean, like Jerry said, I think when you're in a situation like this, you one game down, you got to bring your best guy in at the time, and the best time is K-Rod. He didn't bring him in, and you lost the game.
All right, K-Rod comes in, but by then, you get the guy on. They have to walk Papi with first base empty. The big pitch that Manny Ramirez would drive out of the park ends up ending this one. Coming up on the show, we'll hear from Terry Francona. We'll take his press conference for you live. We'll get reaction from inside the clubhouse. Tina Cervasio at the ballpark. And we'll take a look at the bullpen because this, other than the Manny walk-off, is the story of the game. Both bullpens were outstanding tonight. The Red Sox are a little bit better, and that's been the story all year. Best bullpen ERA in the American League.
Everybody well rested in that bullpen. We saw it tonight. Lopez was great. Del Carmen was great. Certainly Okajima and Papelbon. So, they were all ready to pitch. They were all rested, ready to go. Dice-K was not very good tonight, so they had to go to these guys early in the bullpen, and they got it done. The Angel bullpen was very good, too, until the ninth inning.
Does this tell us a little something about how Terry Francona is going to use this bullpen? Lopez, Del Carmen, Okajima, Papelbon?
Yes, but I think things have changed now because you're 2 up. And so when you got a situation like being 2 up, that's a little different change in Terry's idea of thinking.
The surprise to me, no Gagne in this game.
Right, Gagne did not get in.
Yeah, very close ball game. You would expect that he'd be in there at some point. He was not used at all. Del Carmen was the first right-hander out of the chute, and then, of course, they went to Okajima and, from then on. But a little bit surprising not to see Gagne in this ball game. But these are the guys right now that they have the confidence in.
Getting 4 innings total from those last 3 relievers. Let's listen to Mike Scioscia at the press conference live.
I think with Juan, we were looking for a matchup all night with him, and I think once we had an opportunity to steal that bag, the count was still reasonable enough that we thought Juan would get some pitches to hit, and I think you got to keep pressing. We got to take advantage of every opportunity we have, and he kept the inning going, and we ended up at second and third, but we couldn't get that hit, and it would have been a big hit that inning.
Who else? Another one, Mark?
Basically just a story of not being able to get the cash in on the opportunities.
Early, we did a great job of situational hitting to get those 3 runs on the board. Then their pitching settled down, and we didn't get a lot of good looks at them. They we tried to press the action as much as we could. They did a good job. Euclid made a big play on Figgy, which would have been first and third, and ended up just getting it out and having a guy on second. I think both teams played a good game. Both staffs pitched well up until late in the game where, those guys, they got the big hit and we weren't able to do it.
Okay. Sean and then Mark again.
Mike, if you could talk about the decision to walk Ortiz in the ninth and also the situation you find yourself in down 0-2, please.
Well, it's you really pick your poison. We've talked about this all week. Both those guys are terrific. I just think that in that situation, in the situation before, we're going to take our chances with some matchups, and it just made sense not to not to go after David, and didn't work tonight.
Mark?
You've been in situations like that as a catcher that Mathis was in when he went in the stands there. Or what was your view of that play?
Well, it was a heck of an effort by Jeff, but when you go in the stands, all bets are off, and I didn't know if he got the ball in his glove. I didn't see a replay, or if it just bounced off his glove, or a fan got it before it hit his glove. I don't know, but when you're reaching in there, all bets are off. Okay. Second part of your question, being down 0-2, and naturally it's not a desirable position. The series is wrapped up till one team wins 3 games, and you try to stay as short focus as you can in a series, pitch to pitch, inning to inning, at bat to at bat. And we really have to get into that mode and scratch and claw our way back into the series. It can be done. I think one thing about our club, when we get into our game, we can turn it around quickly. We didn't get enough done offensively tonight, but we had some opportunities and we're seeing some good signs. I've seen this team offensively, especially on the offensive side, reel off 8, 9, 10 straight games with manufacturing 6, 7, 8 runs a game. So it can turn in a hurry, and we have to get into that pitch-to-pitch approach and press this team more on the offensive side. We saw a little bit of it tonight, not quite enough, but this can be done. We just have to really stay short focus and go pitch to pitch, and that's what we're going to do coming out, next ball game.
Last question, Emily.
Why were you guys able to have some success early off Daisuke? What did you see out of him?
Well, I think...
All right, getting the audio together here. We said that the bullpen for the Red Sox might have been the story. The other story, you just heard Mike Scioscia say it. They let Daisuke off the hook here. They probably should have pushed more runs than they did against a struggling pitcher out of the gate.
Yeah, without a doubt. When you look at Daisuke in the first 4 innings plus that he worked in, he did not have 1, 2, 3 inning in this ball game tonight. And the fact is they did have that 1 3-run inning, but the Angel offense has been non-existent so far in this series. Now, of course, the Beckett case was very different. Nobody was going to score against him. I thought they had plenty of chances tonight where they could have did some damage against Daisuke because he was not sharp in this game at all. They did have the 3 in the 1 inning, but they couldn't get any more off him. And then when they got to the Red Sox bullpen, of course, they shut him down. The other thing, Tom, we talk about the steals. They stole 5 bases in this game. None of them turned into runs.
Yeah, 18 innings of baseball so far. They've only scored in 1 of those innings, Jim.
But that was good for the Red Sox because Dyson pitched a good game, but still you kept those runners sort of like off base, but even they were on base, they didn't score. And so when you had a situation like that, it put a plus more on the Red Sox side than anything else. We're not going good as our pitchers, our starting pitcher right now, but we're still holding with 3 runs.
Yeah, Matsuzaka comes out. They give him a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Walks the leadoff hitter in the second inning, which is always trouble. A walk and a base hit. Gets a couple of outs, but then the back-to-back doubles. And you thought all of a sudden it might be a bigger than 3-run inning.
Yeah, he just didn't look sharp again in this game tonight. He was missing with his locations. This was nowhere near the performance he had in the clinching game when the Red Sox, clinched the American League East. I mean, he just didn't look crisp tonight with all of his pitches. I don't think he found one pitch that he could rely on tonight, whether it be the fastball, which he came out with a lot of fastballs early in the game, and then he started to hit that, as you can see there. They go to the opposite field, the ball taking a crazy spin on Manny, but that was a fastball to Figgins that drives it a run, and then Cabrera comes up, he gets a fastball middle in, and he hits the ball out to the, off the wall, or to the base of the wall, where the Red Sox couldn't track it down, and they get another run there. So, where he had a decent fastball in the first inning, then they started to hit that, and then after that, he started to go to other pitches, which he could not control tonight. So it was not a good night for Daisuke, but a great night for the Red Sox. You don't get a good starting performance, you get a great bullpen performance from him, and then, of course, you get the big hit from Manny Ramirez. So, Mike's saying all the right things, and he has to say, but the fact is, being down 0-2 going home is not a good spot to be in.
59 pitches through the first 2 innings, and what did they say on the national broadcast? A power nibbler. Well, I think Red Sox fans would like to see a little less nibbling and a little more power. They'd like to see Matsuzaka, especially with a 2-0 lead, go after these hitters a little bit more.
Well, he called him a power nibbler. Then you have to go with the catcher, too. He said the catcher is something else, too, so Jason got to hear that, too. But with Dice, it was just like he didn't have that out pitch. He couldn't put anyone away. He had 2 strikes on a couple of guys, but he just couldn't find that out pitch to put anyone away. And like Jerry said, he couldn't master any pitch tonight.
All right, Terry Francona just sat down at the podium. Let's join the press conference live.
I bet it's good. We accomplished what we set out to do today, and it wasn't very easy. We got to our bullpen probably a lot earlier than we would have liked, but everybody in the bullpen, starting with Del Carmen, Javi gets an out, but then Del Carmen kind of allows us to catch up. He gets a bunch of outs where all of a sudden we can go to Oki, we can get to Pap. not too early. So our bullpen was outstanding. Jason never strayed from the game plan, never gave in to hitters, gave us a chance.
Who else? Sean?
Terry, people almost expect Ortiz to do what Manny just did because he's done it so many times. Do you think that walking David a couple times to get to Manny, and David having been so successful, Manny kind of looked forward to coming through in that role?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I think, what Manny did, it was a great swing. But I think part of the reason he got a chance to swing is because David's such a good hitter and such a clutch hitter. It's hard to let David beat you. But Manny's such a good hitter behind him that, he made them pay. But you can't, that's the way you play the game. It's why you want to have as many good hitters as you can, so they can't pitch around people.
Tito, can you just talk about what you saw at Daisuke tonight and the decision to lift him when you did?
It was a lot of pitches, a lot of deep counts. I thought even when he started ahead, he found a way to kind of get himself back into a hitter's counts. But the one thing I will say, he didn't cave, he didn't give in. And again, it was earlier than we wanted to, but we weren't out of reach. Like I said, didn't cave in. But when we got to Morales, we really wanted to turn him around.
John in the back.
Can you talk about being up two games now going into Anaheim Sunday?
You know what? I think we'd be silly to ever change our approach of how we play the game. We'll take our day tomorrow and have a nice media thing at 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
And then we'll go play Sunday.
Make it nice. Yeah.
And then we'll play Sunday and, try to win that game. That's, I think, not only the only way, but it's the best way we know how to do it.
Okay. Last question, Jeff.
Tito, what happened with Pedroia's shoulder there?
You know what? He I don't want to use a medical term that's wrong. He obviously jammed it when he dove, because when you don't see him get up and go chase the ball down, he was hurting. But we had not only our trainers, but our doctor come down and really run him through some strength things down in the tunnel, and he was kind of moving the doctor around, so he wasn't coming out of that game. But we were very concerned, and I bet you he's going to be sore tomorrow, but we'll get him looked at tomorrow.
Safe trip. Thank you. Let's let Jonathan get in here.
Okay, as you hear Jonathan Papelbon getting ready to step up to the podium, we'll have all the press conferences for you as we move along, talking about Dustin Pedroia, and he apparently okay. Vladimir Guerrero came out of that game. More stories. We will go back right now. Let's listen to Jonathan Papelbon, who got the win in relief.
Nobody has a question? Okay, David?
I can leave.
Yeah.
You guys are about to fly cross country. What happens on that flight based on just what just happened on the field?
Well, hopefully I'll take all of David Ortiz's money, and if Manny wants to jump in, and then I'll take his paycheck too. But we're just gonna hopefully relax and have a little fun and get back to work tomorrow.
Okay, John, way in the back there.
Jonathan, can you talk about the bullpen, the job the bullpen did tonight as a group?
Yeah, I think from top to bottom, our bullpen was lights out, and it all started with Javier going out there and setting the tone, and everybody just follows in suit.
Home run in that spot in the game.
Well, Mikey Lowell actually said we're going to have a party at home plate here in a little while. So I don't know if you necessarily calling it, but with our fans here and the way we are here at home, the game's not over until that last out is made, that's for sure.
John again, back there.
Jonathan, can you talk about being up 2-0 and how confident are you that you can get it done in Anaheim?
Well, obviously, this was the whole goal, is for us to go out and win these first two games here at home. But I think that the biggest thing is that this isn't all said and done until that third game is under the belt, and we got to go to a tough place to play in Anaheim, and we got the big daddy Kurt Schilling going tomorrow, and I think anybody on this team would love to have him going for us tomorrow to seal the deal, and I know he'll be ready to go.
Okay. One last question, if there's anything. No? Okay, thank
All right,
you.
guys.
Safe trip down.
All right, so Jonathan Papelbon getting through that, and we're going to break this all down, obviously, because we got nowhere to go. Just pull up a chair. We're just going to hang here for a while. But the hit and run play in the ninth inning. Lugo leads off with a base hit, taking a page out of the Angels book, and that's what gets it going.
Yeah, it sure was. The Red Sox have ability to steal bases. They did in the game tonight, and of course, I didn't know, it wasn't quite sure what Francona was going to do in that situation. But the fact is, they got the leadoff guy on Lugo against Spire, and then in the ninth inning, after Lugo gets on, what do you do next? Do you sacrifice Pedroia, or do you play hit and run? Well, they elect to play hit and run, and it pays off right there. He breaks his bat, it's a ground ball, but he gets the job done. He gets the man at second base, and that kind of changes the inning because, of course, then Euclid strikes out, first base remains open, and then you have to walk David Ortiz. That's the key right there, and that gave Manny the chance to come to the plate and hit that mistake.
And ultimately, it is Manny Ramirez. How many times have we seen Big Papi get it done? Senor October walked to first base tonight. And Manny was doing what Manny does best. K-Rod knew it as soon as he heard the explosion off the bat. And that pitch was way off the mark. You can see where the catcher was set up.
Well, the catcher sets up outside, and of course, Manny's looking. When you take a swing like that at a fastball, it's about 97 miles an hour. You have to be looking in for something inside, and that's exactly what he got. He got a mistake. He took advantage of it. And Manny has not had great success throughout his career against hard throwers like K-Rod, but he was looking middle in. There's no question about that.
Dead red and down.
That's right.
That's what he was looking, dead red down inside.
And he found what he was looking for. All four division series, 2 in the AL, 2 in the NL, they're all 2-0, and the Red Sox are happy to be part of that group. I will tell you how the Yankees fell behind 2-0 and keep looking back on the game that put the Red Sox up 2-0. They have won 8 consecutive postseason games against the Angels. Gonna have their number in the playoffs, see if they can take it over to Anaheim with Game 3. Yes, it is tomorrow because it is now Saturday.
Coverage of Terry Francona's press conference is brought to you by Sullivan Tire. Always here to get you there.
Baffled by a strange disease that stretches the arms of people buying copy paper at office superstores, scientists at the W.B. Mason Institute studying the problem shocked the world by announcing a cure.
Free same-day delivery.
Call 1-888-WB-MASON by 11. Your copy paper will be delivered by 5. Now, a happy ending is well within reach.
Oh, but W.B. Mason.
Hey, mister, you know the best way to get tickets?
Sure. You use this thing here called a telephone wire.
Gee, a telephone wire. How does that work?
Well, you pick up the phone, see? And you dial 1-800-MY-SEATS.
Yeah, but how do I know I'm getting the best seats? At Ace Tickets, they always have the best seats at the best prices. Because when you call, they search through their high-tech database for the best seats and always at the best value. So call today. Operators are standing by.
Extra Innings is brought to you by W.B. Mason and their new What a Bargain Super Clearance Center, where you can save up to 75% on office furniture and equipment. Located at 647 Summer Street in Boston, across from the Boston Athletic Center.
All right, here's how this one came together. Daisuke Matsuzaka, just the 5th rookie to ever start a postseason game for the Red Sox. And he's got some offensive support early. J.D. Drew was 0 for 6 during the regular season when he got up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. This time he comes through. A 2-run base hit. Kevin Eagles, David Ortiz score. Red Sox on top. 2-0, but the very next inning, Matsuzaka gives up 3. The third coming on an Orlando Cabrera double. Sean Figgins will come in. Angels have their first lead of the series. It's 3-2, and it would stay that way until the 5th. With a 1-run lead, Manny at the plate, and this is a huge play here. This is a foul ball, but watch the young fan getting up and over the glove of Mathis, the catcher, who easily could have had the play. Now, certainly the foul territory is shortened because of those photographers' boxes, so a tougher play. But that's the fans' play there to make. You can see that Mathis is unhappy because Manny keeps going. And the very next batter after Manny winds up getting a walk is Mike Lowell at a sacrifice fly. So it winds up paying off. These are part of Red Sox Nation, part of your public stepping in to help out the Red Sox tonight, Jerry, as this ties the game. And then you go to the 8th. It was really a battle of the bullpens because Daisuke Matsuzaka would only go 4 2/3 tonight, and it was another outstanding effort from the bullpen with Jonathan Papelbon wrapping it up, and he gets the called third strike on Sean Figgins there to end the 8th with men on the corners, actually second and third at that point. And then the winning run, Manny over everything. A 3-run shot, and the Red Sox win this one. 6-3 is the final. And who is the kid in New York, Jeffrey Meyer, who caught the ball that wound up being a home run? So maybe we'll look back, and this is a big step forward.
Well, you know, there's so little foul territory anyway at Fenway Park, and now you add these photographers' benches. I mean, the kid was perfectly right in what he did. You know, you're at your own risk as a catcher or a player when you go into the stands to make a play, so the fan can do anything he wants, and that ended up being a big play. You know, if those extra stands were not there because of the playoffs, that's probably an easy play for the catcher to make. But, of course, he had to reach over that, and he's into the fans. It's a whole different story. And, of course, that was a big run for the Red Sox.
You know, Jim, we mentioned before, 4 times Ortiz got walked, twice Manny got walked. Clearly, teams are going to pitch around those, too, which is why Mike Lowell, J.D. Drew drove in 2 with the bases loaded. Those are the guys who are going to get opportunities here as the series goes on.
Well, like Sosa said, it depends on the matchup. And like I told Jerry, I said, Jerry, I don't think I would walk Ortiz to get to Manny. You know, I would do the thing with Lowell, you know, just the way baseball is. You know, you got a guy got 500 home runs, and you're going to pitch to this guy? I mean, you can only go to the well so many times. And so sooner or later, he came with a bucket of water.
They came up dry this time as Manny got it done. Our WB Mason delivery of the game, we're going to tip our cap to the young fan one more time. As he keeps the at-bat going in the 5th inning, Red Sox down by a run. This could have easily been the second out of the game, or it would have been the, at that point, the second out of the inning. Instead, the at-bat keeps going. He walks to load the bases, and then Mike Lowell drives in the tying run. That was in the 5th. No scoring until the bottom of the 9th, and it was Manny again. Red Sox winning 6-3, walk-off style at Fenway.
I win. Yeah! I win! I win! I am a winner! I'm a winner.
There's a better place to play.
I'm a winner.
Foxwoods Resort Casino, home of the only poker room in New England. Check out the action at foxwoods.com.
Oh, interesting, Clamsdorf. It seems you've come to the Caves of Doom, and you're out of protection spells.
Sarlacc, Grimstaff, what little you know of my ways. I have powers you can't even comprehend. The princess will be mine. Yes.
The confidence to live your life. That's the power of Fallon Community Health Plan.
That's not a legitimate power, Kyle.
Yes, it is, Howard.
Oh.
As you know, it doesn't cost much to get a AAA card, but you probably didn't know just how much that...
In that moment, I'm just trying to see the ball, you know, and trust myself. You know, I ain't trying to do too much. You know, I got a lot of confidence on myself. He's one of the greatest closers in the game, and I'm one of the best hitters in the game. And, you know, he missed his spot and got good timing on the ball, and that's it.
On the middle aisle.
So many times your partner in crime, David Ortiz, has come through in these playoff situations. How did it feel for you to hit a walk-off home run in the playoffs?
It feels great, man. It's been a long time. I don't do something special like that, but I haven't been right all year round. But I guess, you know, when you don't feel good and you still get hit, that's when you know you are a bad man. So, you know.
David.
Mike Scioscia said they had taken chances before by walking David Ortiz, and until that moment, things had worked out okay. Did that enter your mind at all, that he was intentionally walked to bring you up into that position?
Not really. I know it's just a little game that he's playing, but I try to be patient. Patience is the key, and confidence on myself. So I know it's just a little game. You know, he walking, but sometimes, you know, I don't get good pitches to hit. You know, just trying to get me to chase. You know, just a little game that he playing, but just trying to be patient.
Manny, can you talk about being hard after sitting out about 3 or 4 weeks?
Feels good, man. I know sometimes I miss 3 weeks, and I still could come and get hits, you know, because one of the best players in the game. You know, I got confidence in myself, and I know my train doesn't stop there.
Okay, in the back there.
Manny, por favor, ¿me podría decir en español qué tan bien se sintió dar ese batazo para decidir el juego? Excuse me, guys, in Spanish, please.
Me sentí bien, tú me entiendes, siempre tengo mi confianza mía y de mi compañero en mi espalda. Tuve que ellos siempre me están vaqueando, pero como te digo, es uno de los mejores momentos de mi carrera.
Just two more. Sean and then Jackie.
Manny, you said that you haven't been right all year. What do you mean by that? What else have you battled other than your oblique?
I guess, just trying my timing all year round. You haven't been right, but man, like I said, even when I'm not right, I get hit. So, I just gotta battle and keep preparing the way I'm preparing because I never go down. I'm always working hard, and that's it. That's me, man. Even when you don't feel good and you get hit, so like I said, you're a bad man.
Last question, Jackie.
Manny, when you're up there, it's a 1-0 count. The minute you hit it, I'm assuming you know this thing's gone. It's right.
One of the best feeling ever. I never look for pitches. I always trust myself, like I said. And in that situation, that guy got me out so many times. But baseball is like that. Sometimes you get me, sometimes I get you, and I got him in the right time.
Thank you, Manny. Okay. And Daisuke Matsuzaka is coming up.
All right, so we have learned that.
That's why I love Manny.
I love Manny. You have to love Manny. Because when you get hits, even when you're not feeling good, that's when you're a bad man.
You're a bad man, and he's one of the best players in the game. I tell you, we have not heard Manny speak, I don't think, to the media all year long. And you can see how uncomfortable he is with it. I mean, he doesn't like it, but he's forced to do it now because he's in the playoffs of the American League. They say, hey, Manny, you're going to talk. And, of course, after a walk-off home run, he's going to. But that's classic stuff. Hey, man, even when you don't swing the bat good and you get hits, you a bad man. And then, I'll tell you, I love the guy.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. And it would have come out 4 more times if he'd stayed out at 5 months.
But it's great to hear him talk because people sometimes get a misconception of Manny that he's kind of this surly guy.
Oh, no.
We've been around him. He is not. He's the furthest thing from. He's a young kid having a great time playing baseball.
And he's very smart, believe me. I mean, this guy works hard at his craft. For me, he's a barrel of laughs. I mean, I can't wait for every game he plays. You never know what he's going to do. But the fact is, I mean, he is well prepared for every game that he plays in. And all he wants to do is go to the ballpark, hide away, get his base hits, win a game, and walk out the clubhouse, maybe even his uniform, and go home. He doesn't want to hang around for anything else.
Been there, done that. But but see, Jerry and I, we understand what he was saying because it's like you can go to the ballpark and you say, I may walk and say, Jerry, how you feel? Jerry said, man, I feel great. 0 for 4. Come in the next day, Jerry, how you feel? Man, I feel so bad. 4 for 4. So we know what he's talking about. A lot of times you come to the ballpark, even you prepare yourself, and you go there and you say, man, I feel great. I can just take, guys on my shoulder. You're 0 for 4.
It has to feel especially good for someone like Manny who's watching Ortiz get walked ahead of him. And he struck out once after a walk, a couple times. He took a walk after. To see the walk to get to you, and you're one of the best hitters in the game, it has to feel great to end the game like that.
I'm sure it does. I think just to end the game, more so than the walk, I think Manny expects that. I mean, they know with the history that's going on, over the last few years with David Ortiz, there's no way that teams are going to pitch to him in those situations. So Manny's accustomed. It doesn't bother him that they're walking. It's just, I think it's better the fact that, he gets the big hit, and that makes him feel a lot better. Being upset at the other team because they're walking a guy in front of him, I don't think that's the case with Manny at all. They kind of expect that because of what Ortiz has played over the last couple of years.
But the way we call it when it's sort of like if someone walks a certain player to get me, it's more like we call it Aretha, no respect.
Well, if they walked me to get to him, that's no respect.
Wouldn't take that
now, he have every right to be upset.
Well, tonight it all worked out. It's still hard to believe he's never hit a walk-off home run. I was stunned when I heard that. First one in a long one.
It was a long one.
It was a long one.
And it was a good one, too.
Well, he's a bad man, and he proved it tonight. Manny Ramirez sends everybody home happy. Jonathan Papelbon gets the win in relief, an inning and a third, and he had to get out of a jam. We'll look at Papelbon's night and the entire work of the bullpen tonight as the Red Sox take a 2-0 lead in a best-of-5 series.
Show your support for the home team during the playoffs. The latest MLB gear is available now at Olympia Sports.
As you know, it doesn't cost much to get a AAA card, but you probably didn't know just how much that little card can save you, like 15% off at New York & Company. AAA members save 6% on Dell computers and electronics. And you can take advantage of member savings on AAA batteries. In fact, you can save at over 150,000 merchants nationwide. Go to AAA.com/save for a full list of savings. Start saving with your AAA card today.
The nation unites at SoxHeads.com, the only social networking website dedicated to the Sox. Keep up to date with the latest news and rumors and enter daily contests where you can win signed Red Sox memorabilia, iPods, and much more. There's blogs, videos, unlimited photo galleries, and game time chat. Join the Dream Team Challenge and find out where to eat and stay when you follow the Sox on the road. It's all right here. The nation awaits your arrival. So join now. Membership is free, only at SoxHeads.com.
Get the vehicle you want and save thousands with Barney Value from Barney Buick Pontiac GMC. Save over $4,400 on the luxurious 07 Buick LaCrosse CX, V6 automatic with air, cruise control, OnStar navigation, and more, just $18,990. Save over $6,000 on four-wheel drive 07 GMC Sierra Extra Cab, V8 automatic with air, OnStar navigation, and more, just $29,990. Barney Value from Barney Buick Pontiac GMC, Hogan Road, Bangor. GMC, we're professional grade.
What you watching?
My network.
Your network?
With Time Warner Cable's on demand, I've got thousands of shows and movies I can watch whenever. It's Tom TV.
Is my cooking show on Tom TV?
No, but you can record it on the DVR and watch it later on Amy TV.
Call today to get Your Name Here TV. Get digital cable for only $57.95 per month. Call 1-800-833-2253 today. Another great service delivered over Time Warner Cable's advanced fiber network.
Manny Ramirez sends the Red Sox off to California with a 2-0 lead, 1 win away from returning to the American League Championship Series, the first postseason walk-off home run of Manny's career. Red Sox winning by the final of 6-3. And don't forget the exclusive official Red Sox 2007 American League East Championship Louisville Slugger bat is available for $129.95 plus shipping and handling through Hamster Direct at 866-280-BATS, or you can check it out at BigTimeBats.com. Only 5,000 individually numbered bats are available, so order today. Right now, let's go back to the Red Sox clubhouse. Here from the captain, Jason Varitek.
I mean, are you surprised almost to see someone pitching around David, you know, in order to confront Manny?
Not really. I mean, he's hurt this team a little bit, and they had to put it in the hands of Manny. I mean, that's what they had to do.
After a long, exhausting night like that, how much of a lift did you to see the game end like that?
No, it's big. You know, we had to battle pitch to pitch the whole time when we were down 1 run, and keep that game there. We were able to get Mike to come up with a sac fly, get that run in, and you know, it was a battle.
How would you describe today's start?
All right, coming up, it's Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. More locker room reaction. We'll check out the Yankees game against the Indians as they were unable to beat Cleveland and unable to beat the Wasp or whatever they were, Nats, that overtook Jacobs Field. And we'll preview Game 3 coming up tomorrow now. Kurt Schilling on the mound against Jared Weaver. It's all coming up on Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra as we will lead our way to Sports Desk by the end of the night. Manny leading the way. 6-3 Red Sox win it with a walk-off victory in Game 2 of the division series.
Mr. Francone, you were a baseball player once?
Yes, I was.
Did you hit many home runs?
I hit a couple.
Is it true you pitched too?
Yes, I even struck out a batter on 3 straight pitches.
Was he a good hitter?
Oh yeah, he was a great hitter.
Well, Terry, as a manager, you've always made the tough decisions.
It's never a tough decision to come to Sullivan Tire.
We're always here to get you there.
Mr. Francona, who was that player you struck out?
With a WB Mason Gold Star delivery, anything less than perfection just won't do. Gold Star drivers are trained to work miracles to deliver your office supplies the very next day at amazingly low prices without back orders or short shipments. Call 1-888-WB Mason if something's missing from your office supply delivery.
Who are those wonderful people?
Who but WB Mason?
Red Sox Nation, please rise for your team.
Red Sox win!
The rally monkey didn't go away.
Just another Halo victory!
When you watch the Red Sox, you just can't look away. The Red Sox are drama. The Angels, Vladdy wants his first ring. One series with so many stories. A roster filled with seasoned stars. You know it'll be good. There's only one postseason. There's only one Fall Classic. There's only one October.
DinTrophy.com has all your trophy needs. Trophies, plaques, acrylics, hollowware, ribbons, pins, medals. DinTrophy.com offers the lowest prices and quick online ordering. It's fast, easy, and secure. We have a free shipping policy and next-day service. We're just a click away. DinTrophy.com. Serving New England for over 50 years, we are the Trophy People.
Welcome back to our SNHD Television Center. Tom Karen with you here for Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. The Red Sox have taken a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 American League Division Series, and they did it in dramatic walk-off fashion at Fenway Park tonight. A long battle, and it became a battle of the bullpens. The Red Sox, as you can see, didn't get a whole lot of offense going tonight, as they only had 4 hits going into the 9th inning. But as you can see, Lugo got it started with a hit in the 9th, and ultimately it was Manny getting his first hit of the night. A walk-off home run, a 3-run shot. Up and over the monster seats. Red Sox win this one. Look at the work of the bullpen, as tonight they would go 4 1/3 innings of hitless, scoreless relief. Red Sox win. Let's go back and hear from David Ortiz.
You get walked. Say to yourself, man, that's the point. No, I talk to Manny, and I tell him, can you stop this? You know, and he tried, man. He tried. You know, and you know, the more you see that happening, the more into it you get to the situation. So, I mean, it happened 4 times tonight, and he tried to do something about it, and finally he did.
Is it nice to see him get pounded at home plate?
Oh yeah, great. We beat the crap out of him.
Did you get a good shot in?
Oh yeah.
That's a long salute.
You know who got a good shot? Hinsky. He got a black eyes. When do you see him?
Really?
Oh yeah, somebody elbowed him. Right here. See, that's the problem when you that white.
It's nice to have it done, not to.
Well, Poppy knows he's been in the middle of a couple of those celebrations at home plate. We saw Clay Buchholz earlier in the year when the no-hitter. He knows how tough it can get in the middle of that scrum. The bullpen was as tough as you could ask them to be tonight, and they used everybody except Gagne, and we'll see how that all plays out. But everybody who was used tonight kind of used in the role. Lopez got the one big out to end the 5th inning. Manny Del Carmen looked great. Okajima looked very good an inning in the 3rd, and then Jonathan Papelbon. He had to battle through that 8th inning here. It could have been a very quick 1-pitch inning, but the error kept that inning going, and he had to get out of it.
Yeah, it became a tough inning for him, and it caused a very rare error by Mike Lowell in that inning as he throws the ball low to first base. Now, it's also one that Youkilis, you know, maybe could have come up with on the backhand, but the fact is they did get the base runner. And then after that, it's additional pitches for Papelbon. They start running all over the place. They pick up, I think, 3 steals at that time. But
and it kind of is strange. They pinch hit after the stolen base with a 1-1 count, so they were kind of throwing everything there to try to get that run home.
And they pinch hit with a right-hander, too, in Rivera. You know, I was a little bit surprised at that. I thought maybe Ibar or maybe the other, I forget the name now, but they had another left-hander out there that they could have probably pinch hit, Willits, at that time. So they ended up running all over the place. You know, they get Rivera. And then finally, you know, they get the Figgins up there, and then I threw him a nasty splitter to really to get the last out of the inning. But you know, all the running didn't make any difference. Right there, the split-fingered fastball for the strikeout, and of course that was a big inning for Papelbon and for the Red Sox.
Well, it was a strange strikeout too, because it was a check swing to get the first strike, and then a foul ball, and then he took the called 3rd strike, and after that, you almost had the feeling that Papelbon, if you got out of that inning, he was going to be lights out of the 9th inning, and sure enough, that's how it played out.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, going back to the 8th inning again, you see guys running all over the place here. There's that check swing. They check it with third base. It is a strike. He fouls off the fastball, of course, which is about 97 miles an hour from Papelbon. and then back to the old split finger that he takes, and just a nasty splitter right there, which completely fooled Figgins, and of course Papelbon all fired up coming off the mound. So, you know, it was a little risky there, a little dangerous there because of the error. It made things happen and got some guys running around, but Papelbon got the big strikeout when he needed it.
With Figgins, you know, anything close, you got 2 strikes and you got to be hacking anyway. You at least got to foul the ball off. And that was a pretty good pitch. You can't sit there and take a pitch like that close. You got to be swinging.
31 pitches tonight for Jonathan Papelbon. That's the most he's thrown in the game since the 1st of May, so it's been a long time. But this is that crazy schedule. We get another day off tomorrow. There's absolutely no reason to pull the Lou Piniella. You don't have to save anybody here for Game 4.
You got him in a situation where he's your horse right now in that situation. I mean, K-Rod was out there. He didn't bring him in. And see what happened? You got Papelbon in there. He's your horse. Why not let him stay? And then you talk to him. So we got a day off. How many can you give me? How you feel? So you're out there all the time trying to find out how he feels and what he wants to do.
Not only do you have a day off, you got a 2-0 lead. So, I mean, you know, you got a little wiggle room here. Right. So, you know, if you get into a situation where Papelbon is not quite 100% on when they played next 2 days from now on Sunday, well, you don't have to pitch him in that ball game. You can wait. You can throw somebody else out there to maybe close it out if you have to. I think I'm quite sure he'll be ready for that. But if he's not, they got wiggle room. They got a 2-0 lead.
And Del Carmen, his first postseason appearance, he looked we thought he would be a big part of this because he's pitched so well down the stretch.
He's been brilliant. You know, he's been brilliant since the All-Star break. He's not intimidated anymore. He doesn't walk people anymore. He throws his changeup. He throws his curveball. He throws his fastball. And he's the sleeper, really, in the bullpen for the Red Sox going out to the playoffs, I believe.
I mean, Guerrero thought so anyway, didn't he? I mean, you know, I don't mind pitching me tight, but don't try to pitch me in the back of my numbers.
Yeah, there's a little history there, I think, Jim, is, you know, earlier in the season, Guerrero got hit by Beckett, and then he got drilled here, certainly not intentionally. There's no way that, you know, Del Carmen is going to be hitting Guerrero intentionally. Curious, though, Guerrero had to lead the ball game, which is a little bit surprising. Get hit on the shoulder and had to leave the ball game. So, you know, we'll see how bad that is. I can't imagine it would be that bad.
No, but bad enough to take him out of a tie game,
yeah,
which was
very strange. Very
if
strange.
this game kept going, that would have been a big void in their lineup, to say the least. But it all worked out well for the Red Sox. And don't forget, we've got you covered all weekend long. Tomorrow night, we've got hockey for you as Catherine Tappan and the crew get started at 9:30. WB Mason Bruins face-off. Live Mike Milbury in studio for the Bruins take on the Phoenix Coyotes. Sports Desk wrapping it up. And then on Sunday, we're here at 2 o'clock to get you going for Game 3 out on the West Coast. Full post-game coverage after the baseball game at Sports Desk Lights Out with Hazel May to wrap up the weekend. So another busy weekend for you here on NESN. Another happy night for the Red Sox as the party begins at home plate. It'll go all the way out to the West Coast. A 2-0 lead now. More work to do out in Anaheim.
You want more? You got it.
Bob's Del Rey is 100% leather. Could be $3,000 at one of those fancy stores.
Less!
Not $3,000.
Less!
Not $2,500.
Less!
Not even $2,000.
Less!
Both pieces only $14.99. That's more for less. The competition?
Busted!
Now that's what I call more.
All right, guys, let's see some hustle. You are all winners. Oh. Anderson.
What?
Jump over there and get the ball.
That's insane.
Here, take this.
Knowing you're always protected. That's the power of Fallon Community Health Plan.
Hey, Anderson, keep the card.
The K&G 2 Suits for $150 event is on. Right now, for a limited time, you can get 2 selected men's suits for just $150. That's less than the price of one at a department store. K&G Fashion Superstore.
If you want more for $7.99, I've got the looks and my comfort's divine.
I've got the comfort and the carving you see. So if you want more, buy me.
Know me.
More. That's what Bob's giving. More. Down the line. Look for more elsewhere and you will find Bob's gonna beat 'em every time. More.
Extra Innings Extra is brought to you by Granite City Electric. Nobody knows lighting or electricians like Granite City Electric.
A long time ago in a ballpark far, far away, the Yankees took on the Indians. 19-game winner Fausto Carmona on the mound for the Tribe, trying to make it 2-0, but Melky Cabrera crushes that one. A solo shot, and it's a 1-0 Yankees lead. First career postseason hit for Melky Cabrera. Bottom of the sixth now. After a Grady Sizemore leadoff triple, Andy Pettitte gets out of the jam as he strikes out Travis Hafner and then Victor Martinez. But you can see the bugs and the humidity really bothering Jabba Chamberlain. 2 wild pitches in the inning, and the second one allows Grady Sizemore to score the tying run. We go to the 9th, tied at 1. The buggy conditions don't bother Fausto Carmona. Gets A-Rod. Carmona 9 innings, giving up 3 hits and the 1 run. So we go to extras. Indians with the bases loaded, 2 outs against Mariano Rivera. He strikes out Johnny Peralta swinging to end that 10th. But the problem with the Yankees this year, other than Rivera, the bullpen has not been consistent here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Travis Hafner dumps the liner off Luis Vizcaíno. Kenny Lofton scores. And the Indians take a 2-0 lead with a 2-1 11-inning win.
We are going home, and the only thing we can do is win 1 game at a time. I know it's trite, and you've heard this stuff before, but that's where we are, and that's what we need to do. And we can't really worry about Monday or Wednesday until we get 1 under our belt. So it's the only way I'm trying to. The message, my message is only going to be, let's just try to get 1 and see if we can change the momentum.
Joe. Well, you see Game 3's matchup that Sunday night after the Red Sox-Angels game. It'll be Jake Westbrook against Roger Clemens. Jerry, you surprised it's 2-0 Indians?
I'm surprised at the lack of offense on the Yankees' part. I understand they're facing 2 very good pitchers. Sabathia and Carmona today was excellent in the ballgame. But to come out and to not be able to score runs like they have all season long surprises me a little bit. I don't think they got a chance right now, to be quite honest with you. They're going to run Clemens out there in Game 3. Who knows if he's healthy? Who knows if he's going to be able to make it through 5 innings? You just don't know. So the Indians are in great shape, and they got all the momentum on their side. And, what else is Joe going to say? You got to win 1 game. Of course you do. If you know you're going to go home. So they're in rough shape right now. The surprising thing to me, though, even though Cleveland's got good pitching, that they're not scoring more runs.
Yeah, that offense has gone quiet all of a sudden.
Yes, but to me, I always thought that Cleveland had a better offense than the Yankees. I think Yankees have better offense as far as paper-wise, as far as all-stars and salary-wise. But if you look for man, I think Cleveland got a little better shot of beating the Yankees than anything else.
And A-Rod has done nothing again in the playoffs.
And everybody said we'll have to see what A-Rod does in the playoffs. We're waiting for that time where they say now he is a Yankee. Well, we'll see how this plays out because it hasn't been a good first 2 games for Alex Rodriguez. Red Sox win this game. Dustin Pedroia scored the tying run in the 5th. That was that inning that the fan helped out a little by keeping the inning going. Let's hear from Pedroia in the locker room.
In the front row, kind of grabbed. Yeah, that was awesome. I saw that from third base. That guy's great. I don't know what his name is, but it's Danny. Yeah, he needs a tour around here. That guy's great. Yeah, I heard he's one of the owner's sons or something. Good for him. Yeah, that guy's great. Yeah, that's awesome. He's probably sitting there on purpose or something. Secret weapon. Yeah, no kid.
When you guys are in the dugout there, Dustin, and they walk David again, are you thinking this is the time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Manny, he's been swinging the bat good. You know what I mean? So, especially in a series like this, you don't really get in a rhythm. You got days off, stuff like that. So it's huge for him to give us a boost, and man, that was just a great game to be part of.
He hasn't had a run since it's been a while. All right, so the Red Sox with a 2-0 lead hand the ball to Big Shill. He goes up against Jared Weaver. A preview coming up next.
It's time to get in shape, and with the latest fitness equipment from Precision Fitness, you can look and feel great. Since 1988, New Englanders just like you have relied on Precision Fitness equipment. The staff at Precision Fitness will work closely with you to match the right equipment to your particular needs. With expert delivery and setup and award-winning service, it's easy to see why so many people turn to Precision Fitness equipment. Top pro athletes, leading health clubs, and hospitals rely on Precision Fitness equipment. Why not you? Precision Fitness equipment in Newton, Hanover, and Natick.
City Electric. We do the lights for the Red Sox.
When you're on the go, you need the convenience, quality, and pricing that you'll always find at Extramart. Convenience. Everything you need is priced right and ready to go. Quality. Extramart has their own Extra Cafe gourmet coffee, delicious Deli Joe sandwiches, and Extra Fuels gasoline. Fall is in the air, so come into Extramart today for our exclusive 100% Colombian Extra Cafe coffee. And all this month, try a cup of our featured flavor, pumpkin spice. In every corner of New England, Extramart is just around your corner.
890 AM ESPN Radio. Hear every pitch of the Major League Baseball playoffs and World Series on ESPN Radio. Boston's home for the baseball postseason and all Red Sox playoff games. It's Soxtober on 890 AM ESPN Radio.
All right, Curt Schilling taking the mound now in Game 3. He makes his first postseason start of 2007. The highest career postseason winning percentage of anyone with 10 or more decisions ever. 8-2 career postseason mark. You see his ERA 2.06. That's third most in Major League postseason history of anyone throwing 100 or more innings. Last time he faced the Angels in the ALDS, 2004, pitched 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, a couple of earned runs. He gave up 2 homers. He walked 2. And he struck out 4 in the win. That was Game 1, and that was when the ankle trouble started, and we know how that all ended up in 2004. That worked out pretty well for Schilling and Red Sox Nation. This was part of the reason Daisuke Matsuzaka started tonight. They wanted to give Schilling as much rest as they could so that now when he gets out there, he can pitch close to himself. You said as many, Bob Ryan said in the pregame show, every MPH is vital. If they can get him up over 90, then that can help a little bit.
Well, I think, first of all, with Schilling, I don't think teams have adjusted to the new Curt Schilling. You know, I really don't. You know, this guy now is throwing anywhere from 88 with his fastball, at times touching 91, 92. He's throwing more curveballs right now. He's throwing more straight changeups right now. So this is a different Curt Schilling than what these other teams have seen since he came off that disabled list. And the fact is, doing some of the games, it's almost like the opponents are stunned at what they're seeing, and they haven't been able to adjust to it. So, you know, we'll see what he brings to the table out there in Anaheim. We know about his postseason record. It's great and all that stuff. I certainly like his chances against the Angels because the Angels right now are flat. And from Weaver's point of view, remember earlier in the season when Ortiz took him deep and Weaver took exception to it? You know, I'll get you and all this stuff. So there's some motivation there for him. But the fact is, you know, the Red Sox also know that. And to me, he's the weakest link of the 3 pitches they're going to see so far.
I would never. If I was David, I wouldn't worry about that because believe me, if
I don't think
I'm David, I don't think Weaver. Just go ahead and pitch your game and don't worry about Big Papi because Big Papi going to squeeze your head off. I'm going to tell you that right now. You look at a situation where you're talking about Curt Schilling. The control is going to be a little better than Matsuzaki, okay? But he's going to be a little more consistent as far as getting what he wants. He's got his book. He's going to stay with Veritek. He's not going to go out there and try to master 3 or 4 or 5 pitches like Daisuke did. And he's going to go out there and pitch his game like Curt Schilling know how.
And as we saw, if the bullpen's performing like it did tonight, all he needs is 6 good innings.
That's probably what you're going to get from Schilling. Right. You know, the key with him is locating his fastball. If he can locate his fastball, he can mix in that curveball, he can mix in the split, and he'll have success.
All right, so they head out west. What do we figure? 6 a.m. West Coast time, 9 a.m. our time. They'll get in. So
yeah, that's about right.
Got a day off.
8 o'clock to the hotel.
Yeah.
We're used to that, right? We just get on a plane, go out there.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna go home till Labor Day.
Next day.
What are you gonna say if the newspaper's waiting outside the door?
It'll be there tonight. The USA Today. You'll read about the win tomorrow morning.
Might be at our houses when we get home. Red Sox win this one with a walk-off victory. Bruins lose. And the season opener down in Dallas. Hazel May with a recap of everything on Sports Desk coming your way next.
Granite City Electric. We do the lights for the Red Sox.
I work at AAA, but I do not drive a tow truck.
I do not assemble maps.
I work at AAA and I provide insurance.
Car insurance.
Homeowners insurance.
Insurance for all sorts of important things.
Why come to AAA for insurance? We'll give you the best coverage.
At the best price.
Or combine your homeowners and auto insurance
for an even better value.
I don't drive a tow truck.
But I can save you a truckload on your car insurance.
call 866-222-7871.
AAA makes it simple.
I make it simple.
Ride the best. Outlander from Can-Am. The best engineered ATV you can buy, period. The most powerful engine in each respective class. An optional XT package with an impressive lineup of factory-installed options.
See B&D Marine, Brewer.
Nice! Work it, sweetheart! Great, great!
Ready for a new supermodel? Go to beepbeep.com for all the latest car models. Shop in style from local dealers. It's fast, safe, and easy. If your car's old-fashioned, get a new model.
Oh, beautiful!
Beepbeep.com, the fastest way to shop for cars.
See us first, see us last, but see us and save.
Weekend continues tonight on NESN. 9:30, our pregame coverage of a hockey night. WB Mason Bruins face-off live coming your way before the Bees face-off in Phoenix against the Coyotes. And Sports Desk wrapping it up Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Baseball coverage, an hour pregame show before Game 3. And then right after the game, we've got full postgame coverage for you. Of course, Sunday night, it's all wrapped up. The Sports Desk lights out. That's our schedule. The Red Sox schedule now brings them out to the West Coast with a 2-0 lead in a best-of-5 ALDS. Manny walk-off heroics tonight. He's a bad man, and that's good news for Red Sox Nation as the Sox beat the Angels 6-3 with a walk-off 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth. We'll see you Sunday afternoon. Hazel May will see you right now for Sports Desk.
Swing of the bat, Manny Ramirez and the Red Sox are now 1 win away from the AL Championship Series. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sports Desk, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bath Centers. Thank you for staying up with us. I'm Hazel May. We'll get to the Bruins season opener in just a moment. But first, the Red Sox are off to Anaheim with a 2-0 lead in their American League Division Series, thanks to that Manny Ramirez walk-off home run. Believe it or not, it's the first walk-off homer for Manny in his Red Sox career, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Let's get right to the post-game reaction from a memorable night at the Fens.
In that moment, I'm just trying to see the ball, and trust myself. I ain't trying to do too much. I got a lot of confidence on myself. He's one of the greatest closers in the game, and I'm one of the best hitters in the game. And, he missed his spot and got good timing on the ball, and that's it. I haven't been right all year round, but I guess, when you don't feel good and you still get hit, that's when you are a bad man.
I mean, what Manny did, it was a great swing. But I think part of the reason he got a chance to swing is because David's such a good hitter and such a clutch hitter. I mean, it's hard to let David beat you. But Manny's such a good hitter behind him that, he made them pay. But you can't. I mean, that's the way you play the game. It's why you want to have as many good hitters as you can, so they can't pitch around people.
I just think that in that situation, in the situation before, we're going to take our chances with some matchups, and it just made sense not to go after David, and didn't work tonight.
Yeah, most of the times, Manny's one of those guys that he don't talk to the press much, and when he does something, he just go his way. Sometimes he gets overshadowed by not talking to the press, but I mean, if you see, Manny has been the best RBI man in the last decade.
Well, Mikey Lowell actually said we're gonna have a party at home plate here in a little while.
So I don't know if you necessarily calling it, but you know, with our fans here and the way we are here at home, you know, the game's not over until that last out is made. That's for sure.
With his 3-run walk-off shot, Manny moves up on the all-time list of postseason home runs. He's now hit 20 in his career, one behind all-time leader Bernie Williams. It was Manny's first walk-off home run since September of 1996.